YouTube, it is time for the final June pack leak, and I got a doozy for you. I don't even know what to really tell you about this. I'll be honest, I didn't even know this existed. What does that mean? Well, if I look at the tier list here, I like looking at this quite frequently. And do I see anything that uses what I'm about to announce here? I actually don't see it. Now, my eyes are not so good, so that could be the case, possibly. Let me control. Oh, actually, what? This is Tenpai Dragon support. There are a few, or maybe just two, that I saw actually using this in Tenpai Dragon. Let's look on over to OCG. Another deck I saw being used in, well, you know, maybe I should just leak it to you right now. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. What is coming out in the June pack is Materiactor. This is getting an animation. That's how much Konami cares about this. What does this do? It is very similar to the Speedroid Rank 3 Xyz engine, but it is including a Fire Dragon, so you could use it in Tenpai. And the Rank 3 Xyz itself essentially lets you fish for hand traps off the top of your deck, or if you're playing the specific amount of Materiactor cards within your deck, you could actually add a card off the top of your deck to your hand, possibly, to maybe help dig for a much-needed Tenpai card. And now, if I'm understanding this correctly, you could use the continuous spell to look at the top 6 cards of your deck, and then you could add 1 card attached to the rank 3. So you would ideally, you activate the rank 3 while this is face up, and then you put the top card of your deck into it, and then you use this effect to then add the card that you attach to your rank 3. Let's just watch some gameplay, right? And actually, let's see what decks are even using this. The Exegard, not using the TCG whatsoever. They're sleeping on it. They don't know the sauce. Maybe because Max C does not exist. So if we think of this of helping you to draw into a Max C, maybe it's a lot better. Goblin Biker actually won TCG Mad Lad. Not enough to be listing it as a relevant way to play. This is back in January where we played Mermail using not even the Materiactor cards in the main deck, just the rank 3 Xyz. That's quite interesting. We do have the Trap, though, and I'll talk about the Trap. The Trap is an Omni Negate, so now you can turn any rank 3 Xyz play into an Omni Negate. And then for the OCG, we have a Goblin Biker because it was more recent. That's why it's being listed here for the OCG. We have more Materiactors in the main deck, as you can see there, playing the Speedroids and the Materiactors in Goblin Biker, so good Goblin Biker support. And then, as I promised, in Tenpai, 2 different Tenpai Mad Lads are playing because it's considered a Fire Dragon. So let's watch some gameplay, and then I'll talk more so about the deck list on what is good. Let's start this off with Dual Evolution, which is not going to be using any of those examples. We're just going to play an actual pure Materiactor deck itself, and then we'll talk about why it's potentially good in Tenpai. Ooh, buddy, let's go. We're going to special summon Speedroid, so, you know, it's a rank 3 Xyz playing. That's going to help us out. We're going to summon our Take Tomborg. We got the main way. This will be searching or special summoning a Materiactor card. Boom. Ash Negate. You got me, mate. Okay. Making sure my UI is good as we're looking at this. So what this does is it forces you to play a normal monster in your deck, which you're already accustomed to with Primite, right? So maybe mix this with Primite, because if you do not have a normal monster to add from the grave or deck, you cannot special summon this card from the hand by then discarding a card from your hand. All right. And then you could ideally normal summon that normal monster. So it's like a 1.5 card play. We then discard a normal, summon from the deck a Materiactor. That one is going to be searching. It also reborns a normal monster from the graveyard after searching. So you do want to make sure the normal monster is engraved in some way. I don't know what the field spell does because it's probably bad. It's excavating and my camera's blocking it. It's revealed a bunch of bad cards. And we're now going to be turning this into a Giga Bros. I don't know what that does. We attached a card off the top of the deck. Maybe I should move my camera for this amazing highlight of how good this deck is, right? Where is my cam? Here we go. Torpedo. Draw a card. Now, Dual Evolution's making the best of what he can. Not a lot of content creators made a video at all about this deck, so I commend Dual Evolution for doing that. Thank you. If an Xyz monster activates, you can attach a card off the top of the deck onto it. Now, the rank 3 Xyz has a disruption play, and I'll talk more so about it when we're reading the card. If you have a normal monster in the grave, so this deck loves normal monsters. If they summon, you could return cards that are attached to your Xyz back to your hand. So if you have a hand trap attached, return the hand trap to your hand, and then you're able to return a card in the field back to the hand. All right, an Xyz monster activated, so we attach the top card of the deck to our Xyz. We're going to perform an Xyz summon during their turn. And the big disruption play is going to be on this rank 3, this one. It's got 7 materials. That's a lot. That's crazy. Okay, we're going to non-target suck up the Dragon Ruler. Even more equipping, 9 Xyz materials? What the heck? Okay, return Ash Blossom to your hand, see? One of the cards you return back have to be a Materiactor. And we didn't have a normal monster engraved, so we didn't get the effect of returning a card back to the hand, so the disruption was just add an Ash Blossom to the hand. Very cool, that's the gimmick. Attach hand traps, then add hand traps. And you could add a hand trap on your turn, you could then add a hand trap during their turn. This is a Pogger's Duel, right? Things are happening, huh? I don't really know what the field spell does because people are not playing it in the way of teching in Materiactor into their non-Materiactor deck. You know, let's go. 8 material on our Mad Lad. So this deck seems like it's all about just building up a super fat fortress of a ton of card advantage. Sure. Ogre onto the Typhon. Imperb negate. You will not be spinning my card back, mate. Not today. And I think Dragon Ruler's out of juice. Wow, that's pretty good. Maybe we could show ourselves going second against a deck that we Regenesis. Bro, what happened to their side of the field? That's wild. Let's see Orcust. Let's see Raziel. Okay, how about we show a finished field against Raziel, which is the best upcoming deck, and see how well we do against that, right? We played through one hand trap here. Let's see. Pot of D. That's a negate, mate. So we're going to return a material that's attached back to our hand and negate the activation of anything. It does not destroy. Now, based off the card you return back to your hand, the critical trap does something additional where if you return a monster, that's not good because you then have to put a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. So let's return a monster, then back to the deck. Yeah, that wasn't good, but you know, we negated. Negate anything. Bonfire for the extra Raziel. Normal summon Ice Raziel, summon a node from the deck. We're going to Xyz during our own turn into the Dark Knight Lancer. We're going to equip onto the Dark Knight Lancer to trigger the effect to get Yoinkin. Suck it up. We're going to special summon the Sword Raziel for another Ice Raziel in our hand. Xyz, Shokan, into the Exciton Knight. I mean, that's going to be a big play, big card coming our way. Finger the engrave card. Wipe the field. Zeus, 0.5. Damn. So the Materiactor part, wait, we're not showing a loss right now, are we? I think we are. I mean, it's good that we show some losses in our video, right? Or did I accidentally skip to our only loss? Let's speed this up because this is where Raziel just decimates us. If we survive this turn, that'd be cool. Whoa! We have another turn. No, we don't. Okay, we got banished. Popped, that is. Typhon. Yes. Bro, if you win this, then you are Jesus. Raziel Cross, negate Typhon. Take him out. Draw a card with the Raziel Cross. Any single Raziel is going to be full combo. Yeah, full combo me. Special summon. What? The heck? I don't remember Raziel playing that. Bro, is this Raziel player trash or what? I don't know what I'm showing at this point. Let me just skip ahead. It's like, come on, Raziel, just end the freaking duel, man. Okay, let's see the deck list at least. All right, there's the deck list. Now let's see how well it's doing in Tournament Top and deck list, and we'll talk about that, why you'd want to play this in your own deck. So going on over to the website, let's see this main card here is going to be one of the main techs. If I bring up this version of how it's being topped into a deck, we can zoom in here. If you open up this or this one, you're going to be able to go into a rank 3 Xyz, and this is also a Fire Dragon, so it does have synergy with Tenpai. And what you're ideally going to be doing is making the rank 3 Xyz, and then you have access to the Meltdown possibly. With the Meltdown and the rank 3 Xyz, you're going to activate the rank 3 to then special summon from the deck, possibly this Mad Lad, that'd be ideal. And then this would trigger to put the top card of your deck under your Xyz, and then you could activate the secondary effect to change the top 6 cards of your deck. Normally, we're used to putting the cards to the bottom of our deck. No, you just rearrange them. And so you're rigging your newly drawn cards, and then also grabbing a card attached to your rank 3 Xyz, which then on the opponent's summon, you will be able to return one card in the field back to the hand after you add a card that was attached to this back to your hand, which is possibly going to be a hand trap here. And then more importantly, the most basic way to tech this in your deck is simply one Exegard plus a critical. You just simply search this, it's a negate. Spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated. You're going to then negate. Just like that, mate. Add one of your materials from a Materiactor Xyz back to your hand. And if it's a monster, you're going to have to return a card in your hand back to the bottom of your deck. But you're using this for an Omni Negate attached to a rank 3 Xyz and ideally used alongside your other Materiactor cards. So, you know, there's really not much else to say about this. Materiactor's coming, and the Exegard is going to have the animation. We're going to have a stream of the $1,000 tournament qualifier with this being newly released alongside Crystron and all the other stuff I leaked for this pack coming out on this Wednesday. Let's go.